Hello, this is Dennis Dill. I am one of the tech teachers and social studies teachers at Jewett School of the Arts. And I want to take this time to share with you, while we're in day 2 of our social distancing out of school, uh, a little online software program that your kids of all ages can do and play around with. It is called TinkerCad. And we go there by going www.tinkercad.com. And what you're seeing here is my TinkerCad. You will need to create your own user name profile so that you can create all of these. I'll be honest with you, I did not create all of these. Some of these I just found online. If you're looking for something specific to kind of play around with, for example, a dragon. You can do dragon space TinkerCad, and all kinds of different options will come up for you. But we're just going to go ahead and start with the basics. Instead of just going through and, because this is a website where you tinker, so here we can create a new design. Yeah, and that noise you're hearing in the background is actually the 3D printer printing. So we have this here. This area right here that's moving around is the Workplane. All of these items here are like drag and drop. So if you want to create a box, you just bring this over here and the box sets down. Each one of these little squares right here is 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter, all right, which is a little bit less than a half an inch. All right, so you want to be aware, and if you want to zoom in, you can zoom in. If you're using a laptop, I'm using my fingers to zoom in on the touchpad. If you want to change the views, you can roll it up here. See in the upper left, it is showing the views. You can see from the bottom, the top down, which is important. So you can actually see the size of this block here. If you want to change the size, so you can click here. It's 20 millimeters by 20 millimeters, which is tiny. And if you double click in the box, you can actually change it by just typing in the numbers. Now, it's the same way with the top one. It's 20 high. Remember that we're working in 3D. And you can change the size of your box, how high it is. So we've added a box, and you're like, well, what can I do with this? But let's say you want to put something in your box. We're going to make another box. Just like that. Now we know that this is 30 by 30. So we're going to make this a little bit smaller. We usually want to have like our sides be about 1 to 2 millimeters in thickness. So in order to do that, remember we're here, these are 30. So if we're looking to make our walls thicker, then we can make this 2 millimeters smaller on each side, which is a total of 4. So we can make this 26. And this one 26. And this one 26. And then what we're going to do, we're going to slide this over here. But now we have 2 boxes. 2 boxes, but how does that make this into a hole? By making this right here. We're going to change that box to a hole. Now, we can bring this up here. And we're going to slide this in here. And you're like, oh my goodness, where is it? Where is the hole? This up arrow right here, we can bring it up. And you can see that I've actually created a hole. There's the hole. So now when we 3D print this item, this part won't be printed. It'll just be a shell. And because, excuse me, see where it is on the bottom. And technically, so we have your sides, your bottom, So now you can put something in there. So just showed you how to make a box with a hole in it, just like a carrier. Now you can make a lid for this, and if you want to have it printed out, you gotta send it to me. How do we do this? By taking this little button up here where it says export, making this into an STL file, and look at that. That's right down here in my lower left. Send that file to me. I can print it out for it, but you got to make sure you tell me who your teacher is. Not, I'm not gonna know who it is. I need your name, your teacher, maybe what grade you are in. Yes, this is only for JSA kids. These items take a long time to print. Don't know how long it'll take me to get around to getting everything printed, but hey, gives you something to do. Doesn't have to be a box. Play around with it, because we got all kinds of things here. We got text and numbers, characters. Oh, look, if I wanted to like add a flipper onto this thing, or some sunglasses, I can put the sunglasses there, and we can bring it over. Remember, you're working in 3D. So let's spin this around to the front. And you want to make sure everything is touching. See this? You want to make sure that it's touching. If it's not touching, then it won't work out quite so well. Rotate around. And if you want to move it higher, remember this is the up arrow. Look at that. Now I have a box with glasses on it. There are all kinds of other videos on here. If you want to learn how to play around with TinkerCad, there's just a ton of stuff. Skeletons that you can try to do at home. Just play around with it. If you get something, send it to me. If you need some more help, don't be afraid. Once again, I'm Dennis, tech teacher at Jewett School of the Arts. Yes, remember, if you want to try to send this to me, I'm at dennis.dill@polk-fl.net. Email's there. If you need help, hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, the Instagram, whatever works for you. Enjoy. Plenty of time to play around with TinkerCad.